Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Katelyn from Katelyn Plans, and today I'm going to be making an academic spread in my big Happy Planner teacher planner. This is for the week of December 6th through 12th. And there's a lot of big deadlines this week that I'm getting pretty nervous for. So I'm going to go ahead and plan this one out on camera just to get everything nice and organized. I knew I wanted to use this sheet from Emmuse Designs. It's called Winter is Snow Joke. It's beautiful, like textured snowflakes. I just love the colors on these. But I was trying to figure out what I would pair with them. And then I realized that I have a sheet from my next sticker release, which is going to be happening on Monday, December 6th. And these winter wear polar bears, they match. So I'm going to make a snowy polar bear spread. Very excited about this, and I'm gonna pull in some washi tape. I picked out 3 of them to kind of make a ground at the bottom of the spread, and then I'm just gonna be using some regular blue colorful boxes to tie it all together. I am very excited that the blue December will match these stickers, so it's not gonna look out of place. And I probably will have to find some letter stickers at some point. I don't know if I have enough for what I want to do, so I could possibly cut them out with my Cricut in vinyl and then lay them out in that way, but we'll get to that bridge when we get to that bridge. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the planning. So first things first, gonna get rid of all of these little dates over here. I have, over the course of this week, 2 final presentations of papers that I've been working on, as well as the official deposit of my thesis to complete my master's. I already started coursework on the PhD, but the thesis has kind of been dragging behind. So I gotta get that submitted, and it's just gonna be a rough week, and I'm not looking forward to that. I know a bunch of my planner friends have been doing Planmas, where they're posting YouTube videos every single day of December. I don't have time for that, unfortunately. I'd like to have time for that. I would love to be posting on YouTube more often, but December is hectic. December has always been hectic. I'm going to use these silver foiled colorful boxes. I think they'll look cute with the snow. And I'm just going to place one of these for each category, and I'm going to do 5 of them this week because thesis is going to have to be a category because it is due this week. I have been working non-stop on it. I can't even tell you how many hours I've devoted into this paper, and my computer is really old and crashes more than you should trust a computer to crash. So I'm always paranoid that it's gonna get deleted. Thankfully it's in the cloud as well, but to get this thesis out of my hands and not have to worry about all of these additional factors will greatly help my mental health. I will be taking, I think, incompletes in 2 of my classes so that I can finish up the final papers for those over winter break. That's just something you can do at a graduate level. But I don't know. I just I need to get all this work done, and I have been kind of tired, honestly. I've been very tired. Here we go. Okay, so we got a polar bear down here. I love this one with the little children polar bears. I spent way too long looking at polar bears online to try to figure out what kind of reference images I wanted to use. How do polar bears pose? So that one is my personal favorite. I kind of want to do snow along the bottom of the spread with grid washi is what I was thinking. So I wanted to put it down and then tear the top of it to give a ripped effect. Although I don't really know how I want to do this. I'm not a washi tape expert by any means. I just own a lot of washi tape. So I'm just gonna tear part of it. And in my mind, the blue one was also gonna be layered in here, but I don't know how to do that once I've already placed one of them. We will see. Okay, so I'm just doing this. Doesn't look too bad. I will try layering the blue one on top of that. It's gonna give a harsh line at the bottom though. That's what I'm kind of confused about. So in theory, I probably should have ripped both edges of it, but it's a pretty skinny washi tape, so I don't know if I have the ability to rip it on both edges, but I'm just gonna give this one a nice little tear as best I can. I'm filming in the middle of the day for once. However, I had to close the blinds because it was like reflecting weird lines on the pages. So I don't think there's any difference, honestly. Okay, so a little bit of blue. And in my head, there was also going to be polka dots layered with this. I'll give it a try. And I guess the polka dots are gonna go on top of the blue one. We're just layering a bunch of washies to kind of create some ground for these polar bears to stand on. When I was drawing them, I was experimenting with like what to do. Like I was like, okay, I could keep them as line art, which I think there's gonna be two versions of this sheet. One with like the winter wear and then one that's just like the plain polar bears. And I was experimenting with them and I was like, I could give them like some ice to stand on. So then I started drawing ice. However, it started looking like it was like melted ice and I'm like, okay, these polar bears are feeling global warming. We're gonna erase that and go with something else. So this is what we ended up with, winter wear polar bears. I don't hate this. I think it actually looks kind of cute for what it is. Where do I want the rest of them? Or I could put snowflakes in too. I could do this. So these ones are kind of delicate because, again, they are snowflakes. And I love the way that they have it cut out so there's like actual like negative space within the snowflake. I think this one is probably my favorite on the page. So I'm going to give it a nice little spot down here by this polar bear. And then I'll take a smaller one to go by it. My snowflakes do not look nearly as impressive as these ones do. And I'm gonna layer onto the polar bear as well to kind of like create like some depth to this. The snow is in the foreground, the polar bears are behind that. I love all these little asterisk stickers. Honestly, I could have used them as bullet points if I really wanted to, but I kind of want them as snow for my little polar bear guy. And then I'm gonna layer this one into the sidebar just to keep bringing that cluster out towards the edge of the page. I don't want it to like drop off just at the polar bear. So I'll do this. Have this section for another place in the spread. Going back to the polar bears, and I'm gonna take this cluster, my favorite ones, and put them like up here in the class that I TA for. We don't have a lot going on this week, which I am very thankful for. We're hitting the end of the semester. I mean, I do have papers to grade for them, but I don't have to like do a final project myself, which I appreciate that. They have to do a final project, but not me. I have to grade them, but that is a story for another day because I don't have to worry about that until I finish my own projects, because they don't need to be graded until like the end of the semester deadline. And I don't know why I said that's a story for another day, because that's not really a story. It's just papers. I'm gonna grade them. Okay, a couple of these smaller little asterisk stars around to fill in some of that down space around like the bigger ones. This one says "Stay Frosty." I like the way that Emmuse Designs integrated some little quotes into the snowflakes. It just makes me happy. This is coming along. Okay, so we have this. I do want to get the other page up and going so it's not like completely blank once I've finished the other one. I'm going to do the same kind of like washi tape thing along the bottom. I think it turned out pretty well. Plus, I just have all of this grid washi. I don't know if anyone else owns like a crazy amount of grid washi, but for that like brief period of time where it was super popular, I got an Amazon pack of it that had like 12 different varieties, and now I'm never gonna run out of grid washi, even though it's kind of like fallen out of vogue a little bit. Next, I'm going on top of that with the blue. This one is also an Amazon one, and I don't think it says high quality. But I got like I got these for the holidays last year. They were gifted to me. And it's a lot of different colors. I got a lot of different colors of these ones, but they just tend to peel up. Like, they're just not like top of the line, like designer washi tape. And now that I've been like sucked into the Simply Gilded cult, I'm kind of particular about my washi tape. The grid one I don't have any problems with. I think the grid one is fine. And then this one is just like really old and from Michaels probably. Like everything else I own, it's from Michaels or Joann's. I was like definitely team Michaels for the longest time, but only recently in like the last like 2 or 3 years did I come around to realizing how great Joann's actually is. They have a better variety at the like location that I go to than the Michaels does when it comes to like planner stickers. But growing up, Michaels was always really better stocked, so I guess it really just depends on which one's better in your area. And then I wanted to use the biggest snowflakes for this corner up here because I never have anything going on up in that corner. This top like class, the class I TA for, doesn't need a whole lot of writing room, especially now that we're like hitting the end of the semester and the ball is kind of in the students' court where I'm just waiting for assignments to be turned in versus like having to prepare lesson plans and whatnot. So I think I can get a little bit more decorative up here. Normally I can get more decorative at the bottom, but thesis is due, so can't really do that this week. I'm punching out the little like insets in these stars just to keep them looking nice. I'm sure they would just blend into the page if I left them in, but I'm getting a little picky with them. Here we go. I'm gonna pair a polar bear with them. This one is wearing earmuffs and I just love it. There is a winter wear sheet in this release. I will be posting a video with like the designs at some point during this week. I just have to print out all the sample sheets. So there's a winter wear one that's not on polar bears, just straightforward winter wear. And I have that one in both like a pink and a blue palette. So the polar bears are wearing the blue palette, but the pink one is also cute. It's the same stickers, just different colors. Okay, let's see. A little bit more snow. Should I put one more snowflake on top of this polar bear? I think so. Like, I'm gonna take this small one and kind of just like layer with the legs of him. His legs? I don't know. Like, that feels right. I'm gonna keep it like that. Only a few more snowflakes to go. There's a lot of them on this sheet, especially with these smaller ones. And then, what do I want to do? Haven't used this design yet, so this one is gonna go like kind of floating in space over here. I don't know if you can hear the child below me, but I am beginning to get irritated. It is a lot of stomping going on. Okay, so this one says, "Baby, it's cold outside." I don't know. Should I layer them? Like, they're kind of the same size, so I feel weird like putting them next to each other, but layered looks kind of cute, even though I didn't layer any of the other snowflakes in this spread. And then I'm going to use up these remaining little asterisk stickers just to kind of create some atmosphere around this tiny little polar bear. My dad loves polar bears, and this was like when we were talking about, sometimes I talk to my parents about like what I'm doing with the sticker shop, and he's always like, you need to be keeping track of how much you're spending on ink and all these things. Obviously I've never run a business before, so I'm figuring it out as I go. But anyway, he loves polar bears, and he's like, you're gonna make polar bears for the January release, right? I'm like, guess I can make polar bears for the January release. So he was a very big proponent of me making these stickers. I kind of want to put another one of these guys in, but I don't know if it's right. And if I put it down here, it's the same as that, but they're flipped. And they're also far enough away from each other that I don't think it's that big of an issue. Okay, I like this. So I think the colors in those Emmuse Designs snowflakes match really well with this original Stargazer book. So I'm going to take a few stickers from here. I think the patterns also, like, just the organic shapes look really similar. So I'm going to use this for like my more functional stuff. This is going to be my thesis deadline. So that's going to go over here. This one says, stay in your magic. Putting it with this polar bear over here. Maybe I'll put a header on it. Note to self is kind of cute. I've had this sticker book for a very long time. Oh, and there's ones with silver foiling accents. That'll be perfect because it'll match those boxes I have in the sidebar. Caught in a daydream. It's going to go here. Like, I don't know, like a circle, a little bit of a weird introduction because these aren't like exactly circles, but I think they work. And then I saw some like monthly boxes that I could use for like other things. So like these today and note ones, the blue tones will match up very nicely. So I'm going to put one of these up here for TAing. And then another one of these is going to go for, which class did I want this one on? I think I wanted it on this one. So that'll go here to remind me to turn in some of those reflection papers that I've kind of fallen behind on. I'm going to take this one that says just breathe because I think that's the reminder that I need with the thesis being due. So I'm going to put that here and then I'm going to change the circle out. I just don't think it works right here, at least. I could put it somewhere else in the spread, but I think I prefer that little header to that. Like, could cover that up. Could put it down here with the polar bear, honestly. Like, that looks kind of cute. Layered over that washi tape. And the washi was kind of peeling up here, so that'll help keep everything in place. I do need to get another circle sticker somewhere in the spread, though, to, like, balance that out. Maybe up here by this polar bear. I couldn't find another circle sticker in that blue tone, but I did find this one that says mantra, and I think that'll be a nice addition to my finals week spread. And this will be like one of 2 finals weeks because the end of the semester just drags on. I don't like how close it is to the edge of the page, so I'm just going to move it in slightly. I think I'm going to have to move that one little asterisk sticker so I can get it pretty close to the polar bear. So I'm just going to take this one off and then reposition this, and then I can stick that like snowflake on top of it. Because this is going to be dead space anyway, so having this over here is cute. This one's going to just go in the corner to bring it all together. I need to spell out presentation twice in this spread. So I have the Mega Rainbow book. I think these blue toned ones will match pretty closely with the color palette I have going on. Just tearing them out because I don't want to deal with having this whole mega book in my way while I'm stickering. But I need to spell presentation here and here. So this is going to be a feat. I'm just hoping I have enough letters, and in theory I should just check that I have enough letters before I start writing, but I don't work like that. I am just going to go for it and hope that it all works out. I do have 2 sheets of them and one of them hasn't been touched yet, so that's a sign. After the first few, I think these are going to work out. I think the color match is pretty close. We're starting to venture into like monochromatic blue territory, but I'm not mad about that. Yeah, it's a snowy spread, but we haven't gotten snow yet. I'm surprised we haven't gotten snow yet. Like, it snowed briefly and then didn't stick, so I'm not going to count that. Like, I really only count snow once it actually like stays around. So I'm kind of surprised, but that's just the way it is, I guess. So presentation, very long word, equals a lot of stickers. And I think I'm gonna have to space it out onto both pages. and it's going to intersect this. So I'm going to move some stickers around. Put this one over here. I'm going to take this little asterisk one, and I'm just going to put them down here because I didn't have any over in this cluster. And maybe I could even move this one up, down by this guy. Trying to be fragile with them because they are pretty delicate little stickers. Okay. I'm gonna put this into the Just Breathe cluster. I think I like that better than what I had originally. Okay, so presentation. How do I continue to spell that word? And I'm trying to keep them like on the same lines so that they'll be level. That's typically how I place letter stickers in this planner. When I'm putting letter stickers in my catch-all, which I rarely do that, I just normally handwrite everything in. But this says presentata. Okay, that's not right. That's not supposed to be an A. This is what I get for talking and lettering at the same time. Presentation. Okay, we need an I. I could even just abbreviate the other one to presentata. Who knows? Mixing it up this week. Presentation. And if I'm really feeling it, I could put presentations because other people are presenting this week, including myself. Presentations. I like the way that turned out. I'm getting worried about this box here, this note box, because it's going to get in the way when I letter that out the second time. So this one's going to go up to the class above it. And honestly, I think I'm supposed to be having a meeting with my professor, so this will probably be useful for that. Just gonna go right here. And now I can start spelling presentation again. I'm gonna work through the partially used sheet before I get into the new one, just so I can keep as many of them together on the page as possible. I don't know if you have a system with stickering letters, but this is typically like how I will work through them, like trying to get as many out of the first sheet as possible before moving on to the second one. Okay, and then I think I can fit the S on here. I don't like how it's getting super cramped with that line, so I'm gonna bump them left a little bit just to give a little bit more breathing room. I will be presenting 2 papers this week, so one on colonial embroidery samplers and then another one on like Miriam Shapiro's quilting and kind of how that relates to abstraction. I need another E. And in some cases, I'll take Fs and make them into E's when I run out, because I always run out of E's like pretty quickly. It's always the vowels. I am very pleased with the way these polar bears look with these snowflakes. I think it's just such a perfect pairing. Plus, I just love the Emmuse Designs stickers. They're so cute. I got another order in the mail from them, but I want to save it until I do like another small business or like small shop haul. So I'm holding on to those stickers until I can like round up enough orders to make a full video, which shouldn't take too long. Okay, so not presentata. Okay, presentation. Need one off of this sheet. Okay, we used all the ends, so I can start using these ends. Presentations, and I put an S on that one, so I'll put an S on this one. Presentations. Okay. I am happy with this. I like the dual toned blue because it looks so good with like all the different colors that are in those snowflakes. For a little bit more functional space, I'm going to use another silver box over there just to layer with that mantra one, because I have a million things going on this week. Like, I've said that a million times in this video, but truly a million things to do. So that one's going to go there. I think this is looking pretty good so far. I could use a box up here for another meeting. So I'm going to take another one of these and it's just going to go... Do I want it with the polar bears? Yeah, I kind of do. So moving this one little asterisk sticker just so it can be a little closer to them. I didn't want it like exactly next to the sidebar because it would just be box next to box then. So I'm going to do this. Place that one there. Looking good. Going to repunch these and then pop it onto the discs. All set up and back on the discs, and I am so excited about it. Yeah, it's a little bit busier than I typically do with an academic spread because I am filming ahead of time. I'll show you what I did for last week. It's not filled in yet, but I used these according to Allie winter birds and the pine trees, and then I had like letters from Indigo, the functional stuff's from Indigo, and that's what I did for my academic spread. But because I don't have any readings during these two classes, I can get a little bit more decorative with it. I'm very excited about this. Like, it's just full-on winter. I love the pairing of the snowflakes and the polar bears, and I'm looking forward to planning more with some of the like new stickers I'm releasing. I'm excited about this release. So there you have it. I'm going to call it a day on this academic spread and then get to working on these presentations. If you like this video, hit that like button down below. You can also subscribe to my channel for more fun planner-related content, and follow me on Instagram at Katelyn Plans, where I share after the pen photos, as well as photos of spreads that did not get videos. Thanks for watching, and happy planning.